Mr. Costas, thank you for joining us on from MLB TV. We're trying to answer a question. Maybe you can answer this question for us. And that is, we don't know how the Cardinals are doing it.
This is an excellent point you bring up.
They just keep winning.
Defense, McGraw. That's what gets it done. No, but they have been playing very, very well, and their pitching's been outstanding. They struggled to score some runs right after Matt Holliday went down, but that hasn't been a problem the last week or so. So they're still rolling. The last team that had more wins on them at this point in the season was the 05 White Sox, and they went on to win 99 games and ultimately the World Series. So somehow, some way, they're in pretty good shape right now.
The Wainwright goes down. Lynn spends time on the DL. The other night they were down 3. They lose Matt Adams. They lose Matt Holliday. Carpenter's not hitting. It seems like, talk about timely hitting. They had 7 hits last night and 6 runs. They have just enough, no matter who goes down, they have somebody there to replace him. I don't know of any other team that has that type of depth. Any other team who they lost, they would be in serious trouble.
It's been pretty unbelievable, and it seems like the ebbs and flows of guys' seasons have matched up perfectly. One guy goes down, and they don't necessarily bring somebody up out of the wings or anything, but all of a sudden Jason Hayward has turned into Barry Bonds. Randall Grichuk looks like Alan Craig did a couple of years ago the last couple of weeks. So, yeah, they've been in great shape. Hayward has just been unbelievable the last week, or all month, really, but particularly the last week. And this series here with Miami is kind of an interesting narrative for him going up against Giancarlo Stanton, the Marlins' big slugger, just because there's so many parallels there. They were both drafted in 07, got to the majors early at 20, considered 2 of the top hitting prospects in baseball all the way along. But you look at Hayward, his career has kind of been defined by, not living up to that superstar status. He's been very good, but not a true superstar. So fast forward to this offseason, and Stanton has signed a $325 million contract, and Hayward's traded away. It seems kind of a wild card, but the last week shown that superstar potential that everyone's talked about with him for so long. So
yeah, he
could be a key going forward.
He got off to that really, really slow start, and he's, as you said, turned it on here the last couple of weeks. Let's see if he can sort of maintain it. Let's talk about the did I hear where MLB is going all out for the Cardinals-Astros series?
This would be the ultimate convenient narrative if those two were to meet in the playoffs, but they were going into this week. They were the top 2 teams in our power rankings. We do it at the beginning of every week, so it's totally a feasible scenario that those two could be clashing in the postseason, at least at this point in the season.
Yeah. I think off the field, the Cardinals handled that scandal about as well as anybody can handle any scandal.
I completely agree. It's almost become, I don't want to say a non-story. It's certainly still on people's radar, but they definitely kind of killed the momentum of it a little bit. There's been things here and there trickling out, but I think for the most part, I agree with you. They handled it very well, and who knows what the investigation will ultimately show, but they handled it in a way that, I think most people took them at their word and took it at face value, what they said, and are waiting just to see what the particulars are. But from the outside looking in, it seems like Mozeliak and DeWitt have positioned themselves quite well to get the public on their side.
Keith Casas with us, producer for MLB TV. Have the Cardinals outside of St. Louis become the New England Patriots? Do the people hate the Cardinals because they're just so good?
I think they had become the New England Patriots before this story ever came out. This has certainly done nothing to distance themselves from those comparisons. So, yeah, I think that's a very, very fair comparison. The teams people used to throw around or have been throwing around the last couple of years have been the San Antonio Spurs and the Patriots, kind of those teams that are there every single year. But this latest bit of business adds a little more flair to those Patriots comparisons.
Yeah, pretty interesting. All right, what's coming up on the MLB the next couple of weeks? What are you working on?
I'll actually be in St. Louis a couple times. I'm heading back today. We're going to have the Cubs game tomorrow night, although that doesn't really apply to any of your audience because the game will be blacked out in the local markets. But we'll be in St. Louis covering a couple games. We got the Cubs game tomorrow night, like I said, and then next week with the Padres on Thursday. So plenty of Cardinals talk, at least, that your audience will be able to catch around those games.
All right, good. And then if you get a chance, text me. We'll grab lunch or something when you come into town.
Absolutely, we'll do that.
Keith Casas, thanks for checking in. Be safe, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, thanks, McGraw.
Keith Costas here. Each week checks in with us from MLB TV. He is sitting in his world headquarters of Secaucus, New Jersey, the home of MLB TV. He is a producer for the morning show, and we like to steal a couple minutes from him. You love to get that baseball angle from outside of the region.
I agree. I mean, we have become the team people love to hate, and then the whole hacking controversy just feeds into that.
Right. Yeah. All right. 7-Eleven here, Big 550 KTRS. Menino's Market is in Cottoville, and I was